All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to kick off our press conferences here at EchoPark Speedway with Chris Buescher, driver of the number 17 Ford for RFK Racing. So, Chris, how does it feel to be on your very own billboard?
Yeah, so I am realizing there was some reality to Ryan's posts, and not gonna lie, that guy uses a lot of Chat GPT, and I just knew that he was faking this one, and a lot of people online pointed out that the trees didn't have leaves on them, or that it was the same photo for both, and I realized those were just renderings as to what they would really look like, because we have seen time and time again that this actually happened. Scott Graves was driving down this morning and confirmed it in our group chat that there are billboards. So I guess I've made it at this point. Like that's my face is on a billboard. Either we've done something really well, or if you've been hurt in a motorcycle accident, I got you. I don't know. It's it's something. It's something. So Ryan's back to shenanigans, which is fine because I'm currently in the process as well, and I look forward to unveiling that before too terribly long. So we're gonna keep having fun with it. I do realize that everybody here at EchoPark Speedway had a role in this, and so we will have to figure out how to return that favor somewhere along the way. But it's that was something.
All right, I'll open it up to the media. If you have a question, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start over here in the back, in the middle, right here. Yep.
Hey, Doug Turnbull for PRN at 11 Live here in Atlanta. The other thing before the billboards, I was kind of fixated on that you're supposed to be, is it this weekend again, Christopher Buescher, after losing the bracket with Chris Bell, right?
Yeah, so your question was, why am I holding 64 ounces of ketchup in my hand? So, so obviously we got the Heinz ketchup Ford Mustang this week. Pretty awesome looking ride. And we figure we're just going to pour everybody a little shot on the way out of here, so hope y'all are ready. So the other question, I think you kind of skated over there. We're sitting on the stage last week, and I was sitting next to C-Bell, and I'm just going to shorten his all the way. And I told him, he's sitting there, and we're talking, like, what are we going to do? What's it going to be? And I was like, you know what? We'll just make it to where whoever wins this thing, just tell the other one where they need to shut their first name off at, right? And so he said, yeah, I like that. We'll do it. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, there's one stopping point that's not acceptable for either of us, and that was after the T, and we agreed on that. But he was nice to me. He let me have my full legal birth name back, and we're Christopher for the weekend on that side. But I was going to be way more mean than that. I was thinking just Ch or Cry. I didn't know where exactly I was going to end. Christoph seemed pretty good. I mean, there was so many ways he could have gotten at me. So I'm appreciative of the full name.
We'll stay over there and just start moving forward.
John Newby, Fan Buzz. Two quick questions. So first off, the payback for the shenanigans, does it get increased with him using the bowl cut photo?
So I guess that's kind of leading into something that honestly had nothing to do with him pranking me, but I'm equally as embarrassed about. So that was just straight up due to our friends at Kroger and Minute Rice, but to be determined on or to be seen on that front. Ironically, I did have that same haircut when I was a kid, so it just wasn't that red. And so from that side of it, it's okay. But I think he's just jealous that I got the Minute Rice ride this year and he didn't, so that's why he used that photo. But I don't know where that one came from. Apparently, he was asking around trying to get like baby photos of me and things of that nature, and I've got enough friends around here, they didn't release those, so yeah, it's not too out of hand yet. I did not see him spending this much currency to get this accomplished, and makes me realize I may have cheaped out on my next project a little bit. So I'll have a couple weeks to do a little spending, but I promise it's going to be equally as much fun, if not just a little bit more rewarding on a psychological level.
And then on the actual racing note, with them switching to the new tire setup in February, and this will be the first summer race with that setup, do you know what to expect yet with how that's going to react to the differences in track temperature and ambient temperature?
Be honest with you, I never really have figured out what to expect when I come to Atlanta yet. Seems like it changes so much in between our races by itself. Weather conditions are so significantly different this go around. I don't have a good answer for you. Qualifying's not a good read on it because it's a single lap and everybody's locked down and nothing drives great in qualifying, but you can deal with it for a lap by yourself. Really, we get into the race and remains to be seen. Obviously, going into the night, we've had some good night races here. That seems like the handling kind of comes to you a little bit for the entire field. Track seems to widen out. As we get into our race, whether it is day or night, it takes a little bit longer to work in that third groove here. I don't know if it's just dirty at first or needs to get rubber in it. It's not. There's enough handling here. It's not like a Daytona or Talladega where you can just find a clean way forward. It has to come in. So, no, I don't have the answers for sure. A lot to figure out as we go into tomorrow. And really, the O'Reilly race isn't a great read for our race either here. It's the cars are just too different at this point, I believe, to get that feel. So, more questions than answers, like you.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. You were at North Wilkesboro 7 years ago or so with Dale and friends, part of the cleanup there. When you were there, did you even fathom for a second that North Wilkesboro would be back in its current state and would one day again host a points race?
No. No, I remember we went up there, me and Bailey Curry rode up there together, and it started out as like a question of who's willing to help, right? And I was like, man, well, I got a skid steer, a trailer. I'll come up there and move some dirt around and clear the track. And I'd seen some pictures. I'd driven by it on my way to Bristol every year, and I knew how bad a shape it was in, and from the road. And we got there, and I remember Dale riding around on the street sweeper, just making laps, just smiling ear to ear, covered in mud. Basically, it was nasty. It was cold, but I was like, man, he did the bulk of the work already. So we got there. I remember going around and just having the kind of the understanding that it was to try and get it scanned and preserved in the digital world, knowing that it probably wasn't going to make it beyond that. It's pretty remarkable to see where it's gotten to now. It's been such a fun racetrack to be on, whether it was the old surface or the new. It's gonna be a fun night race, long race as well, right? So a lot of cool things coming there. But yeah, it's really neat to see where it's gotten to and had no clue that was even a possibility while we were there.
You mentioned Dale. It's been a passion project, obviously, for him. Where do you think would North Wilkesboro be even around without Dale and Dale's kind of involvement and push behind this?
I don't see a world that it would have been anything like it is now. I felt like that was a push from him and a movement that he created and got a lot of people behind in a lot of ways, and it worked, right? The racing has been good there. The fan involvement there has been fantastic. The stories that you get from people that remember going there back in the day and those that didn't understand it and had to see it for themselves, it's pretty wild. But yeah, that was definitely something that I don't believe would have come around without him really pushing.
We'll go to the left over here.
Am I up?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Chris Raker, Skyview Sports. Last week in Chicago, Brad addressed he thought that sometimes he felt like the teamwork at Toyota kind of made some of the races predetermined. Do you feel that way? And is Ford addressed any of that, or is it just kind of all blown over?
probably going to be more in Brad's wheelhouse for sure, right? From the driver and the ownership side, he's definitely more in the weeds with that. I think in trying to take bits and pieces of what I hear him saying there, just from that interview, and also what we see week to week. I see where he's coming from and how we work together and how we can be better to try and have that high tide raise all ships, right? Kind of the idea, and I think the principle he was trying to get across there. And so, it's right now, obviously we are in a place where we are not the dominant manufacturer, and so we're gonna figure out ways that we feel like we can get there, and feel like that could be part of it. No one's sitting still, I promise you that, whether it's manufacturers, whether it's our engine shop, if it's RFK. Personally, we're all trying to figure out how to find that little bit extra speed that will get us to the point where we can say we're contending to win races week in, week out. We're just not quite there yet, and we have plenty of ideas on what it could be. And if 10% of everybody's idea actually makes it better, then at the end of the day, it would make it a lot better for all of us on the RFK side of things. So or Ford camp, I guess. So in principle, yeah, right. It's no way to prove it out, but yeah, understand some of the comments from it.
We'll go back to the right, and then Stephen. You could just go, Stephen.
Sorry. Stephen Toronto, NASCAR pole position. Chris, you've been in a good points position at this time of the year the last couple of years, but with the win and in system that we had, the bubble kept getting pushed down. You ended up in a position where you were really having to sweat things out. Now that we have the chase system and now that you're 7th in points, what has this point in the year been like from a mental and stress standpoint, just knowing that you're in a good position as far as qualifying for the chase goes?
Very similar as years pass in a lot of ways, because we haven't won yet, and the years that we've won races, they've come deeper into the season than we would like them to. Every time, we've had a couple years where the wins came in the playoffs, and 23 there where they came right leading up to it and just secured everything for us. But yeah, if you think about the place we've been on a point standpoint, it's been simply because we hadn't won races yet the last couple years, and yeah, on just a straight consistency side of things. And if you took this format, we easily would have made the chase, right? We're aware of that, and doesn't change what the system was at the time. We're aware of where we're at now, right? And we're going to be a chase contender. We know that. It's told everybody that from the beginning of the year, because that's how we've been able to race year in and year out. It's just we still don't have a win right now, and so from most aspects of it, it's very much the same. It's just the result or the perks from the win are not a guarantee, but realistically, we feel like we've already got that part covered. So just trying to figure out how to win races, and that's the stressful side or the driving side or however you want to put it. It's figuring out how to get in a victory lane.
Thanks, Chris. Good to catch up with you.
So, you as well.
And we're going to end with Kelly over on the right.
Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. A similar question, Chris, but do you feel safe enough, I guess, with where you're sitting right now, with what's ahead? I mean, we have a drafting track tomorrow, a drafting track in Daytona. Just what is your mindset at this time of year versus where it would be, as Stephen pointed out, the last couple years?
Yeah, the drafting tracks have not always, but it's been one of the places that have produced the knockout from the top row, right? That was tough to go through it, and we knew it was a possibility, and it happened to us. That won't be the situation exactly this go, right? But it doesn't change the fact that there's no way we can afford to give anything. You can't be reckless. You can't give anybody an inch. We still have to perform at a high level. We still have to do our work ahead of time and come in these weekends and be prepared to put in our max effort. With that, we'll be fine on the contending or making the chase, right? But that's ultimately not the goal. It's realizing and I think seeing it more and more out there that if you can start the chase in 5th or 6th spot or better, then you have a shot to win a title. And we're just outside of that, so we have to step up to be able to get to that point to where we're not just a participant, we're a contender at the end. So where we're at right now, I'm not worried about making the chase. I'm just not. That's going to come to us with the kind of races that we're able to put together. But I want to win races. I don't want to just be consistently right there around the 5th to 8th place. I want to win races, and we got a lot of good tracks coming up for us. But yes, when you go to drafting racetracks, there's those chances that things get wild. So take them for what they are, right? We know it can happen, but we're in a really good spot, and our team's worked really hard to get us here, knowing that this was going to be a stretch where you can have some big gains or big losses.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
There you go.